Hey guys, how's it going so far? It is your boy Flacco, and today I am back with another video for all of you. Only that today we're gonna do things a little bit differently. This isn't gonna be a gig log or a mix video. Today I'm going to give you all a tutorial. Alright guys, so let's get to the chase. This tutorial for today is actually going to be of how you can DJ literally anywhere. And yeah, I mean anywhere. You don't believe me? Well, let me show you. So let's cut to the chase and just get right into it, okay? So if you've been keeping up with me as of late, you know that on Instagram I like to post a lot of videos where I'm DJing outside or even in a park. And the reason for this video is I had a couple comments of some people on IG telling me how it is that I DJ with no extension cords or an electrical grid or outlets or generators, none of that. So today I just want to make this to kind of show you how you can literally DJ anywhere, and maybe even have the courage to go out and do a live show, and hopefully bring in more clientele, get some practice in while you're having fun. And yeah, I just want to show you guys the little setup that I thought of. So let's get to it. Alright y'all, so this is what we're rocking with today. As you can see, I have my humongous case out here with my controller and my laptop. You don't need this necessarily. This is just what I prefer to mix with. You can honestly get away with using an actual battery powered controller like the Denon Prime Go. You have a what is it called? A Newmark. You have like a Newmark Go. And I think they even have the Pioneer Odyssey one now, whatever. Not Pioneer, the Alpha Theta, excuse me. So you have a wide range of battery powered controllers that you could use. I just like using this because this is what I normally mix with, and it's what I'm comfy with, and this allows me to do this allows me to mix the way that I like to mix. So that's why I use this. But yeah, there's basically only 4 things that you really need for this setup. All you need is obviously your controller, which can be battery powered, although you don't really need it to be battery powered. Your laptop, which is probably one of the most important things. However, if you are using a specific controller like the Denon Prime Go, you don't even need a laptop, because that controller, you can obviously put in a USB stick and mix like that. But honestly, I feel like DJing with a laptop is just so much better, at least when you're an open format DJ, just because people be asking for stuff on the fly, and using a software like Serato just allows you to really flesh out all your crates, and you're able to look up a certain song like that. You can have way more music on there. You can have all these cool cue points and make custom libraries and smart crates, and yeah, it's way easier if you DJ with a laptop. At least I think so, for an open format DJ. But you don't need it. So anyway, let's get back to the topic. You need 4 essentials to do this wireless DJ setup. You're gonna need your controller, your laptop. I would highly recommend getting one of these, which is a portable battery station, I guess you could call it. So it's basically a generator, but battery powered. So they're gonna be super silent. You don't need to carry this heavy gasoline powered generator. You just charge this thing, and yeah, it provides power to your controller and or laptop. Right now I only have it hooked up to my controller, because this is only for demonstration purposes. But when I am DJing live using this setup, I usually have an adapter right here, to give it extra outlets. So I would have one connection hooked up to my controller, and then I would have another connection hooked up to my laptop, just to keep my laptop nice and charged, because your laptop is probably always going to be the first thing to run out of battery when you're DJing live. So you need to make sure your laptop stays charged. So yeah, that's the 3rd piece of equipment, a portable battery station. I would recommend the Jackeries. This hasn't really gave me any problems as of yet, and I hope it stays that way because they're not pricey, but you do need to dish out maybe like a couple $300 to $500 depending on the model you want. This one I believe is like $400 or $500 because it came with the solar. So I could even have this, being charged with solar as I'm using it.
But you don't need the solar. I believe you can get this specific Jackery model without the solar panel for 300. So they're not too expensive either, you know. I think you can, if you save for a while with 1 gig, you're more than good enough to be able to buy you one of these. And then, you know, obviously you need your speaker. And for the speaker, yeah, you are gonna need a battery powered speaker. I mean, if you use a regular PA speaker, that kind of defeats the entire purpose of having this, you know, DJ system that you're able to perform with anywhere. The speaker that I am using is actually it doesn't have anything on here, but this is actually the JBL Party Box, which I know I'm gonna get some hate in the comments because this particular type of speaker isn't a traditional, you know, DJ speaker. No, it's not a PA speaker. This is more for like house parties and like backyard parties, stuff like that, you know. But I mean, I did happen to receive one as a gift, and honestly, the only battery powered speakers that they have out right now on the market don't have bass like this thing does. There are other battery powered speakers. You know, you have options from EV. What's the other one? You have JBL, another JBL one. I believe Mackie has one. So yeah, there are other speakers you could use, but they're usually 8-inchers and they don't have a lot of bass. I mean, they do, honestly, they are going to sound way more clear and probably even have a bit more output wattage wise. But I just like using this one because that bass is crazy, guys. Like I'm not even like kidding you. This bass is ridiculous. I believe it is like I think it has like two 4.5-inch woofers, so it's two. But I don't know however JBL designed this thing, it has a lot of bass. And honestly, I would rather take the bass over clarity any day. At least when it comes to a setup like this, just because I mean those bass frequencies is what makes people dance, you know. I'm not trying to throw out a super loud clear sound across, you know, a humongous distance. So I'd rather have enough bass to be able to maybe persuade people to dance. You know, those are the frequencies that make the body move. So I would highly recommend these, the 310. They do have bigger options, but those are, I mean, AC powered, so it defeats the entire purpose of having a portable speaker like this, because this one is actually 100% battery powered. So you just charge it, you take it anywhere you want to, and you play. You know, you have music. You don't need to connect it to any outlets or give it any power. Completely battery powered. And this little device right here is what we call a wireless audio transmitter. Now you don't need this necessarily. This is just going to make your life a whole lot easier when it comes to transmitting sound. So what this is, it's basically a wireless audio transmitter. So what this does is you're able to transmit either a line level or a mic level signal to, you know, a speaker, pretty much whatever you can fit onto this XLR connection. So the way I'm using it is I have this end, which is the receiver, connected to the speaker, and then I have the transmitter connected over here, and this transmitter is connected to the output of my DJ controller. So this is the main, you know, left and right master output. I have like a special cable actually that I use for this. So I have the left and right here, and that then turns it into a mono signal. It's only a mono end. You know, it's not two different outputs. It's just one right there, mono, and then I have the transmitter connected to it. And so pretty much anything that I play from my controller is going to be sent over to this receiver over here, and yeah, we're gonna produce sound, you know, anything. So all the effects work, all the obviously
the volume, you can up the volume as much as you want. Even the mic works, so if you have a mic connected to your controller as well, it'll transmit all of that signal to this receiver over here, and yeah, you're gonna get wireless audio. And I honestly recommend you get some of these as well, because they come in so clutch, guys. You can literally use this for all sorts of applications. So I use one of these for my mic, just because I hate having to run having to run wires to my mic. And then I have another one that I use for, you know, certain venues. So let's say you have a wedding and this venue has a separate, maybe like cocktail room or a lounge room where people are able to just, like, you know, sit down, relax, have a drink, talk a little bit without all the loud music. You can have an extra speaker in that room with one of these transmitters, and you're basically going to be able to send signal from your main system to this transmitter, you know, to a completely different room, and have the exact same audio coming through. So that way, you know, your guests are always on top of the music that's being played, any announcements that you're making, and so forth. So I highly recommend them. These are they're gonna cost you anywhere from like around, I want to say 300 as well for the pair. So for 300 you get the transmitter and the receiver. I believe if you get the 2-pack where it comes with 2 and 2, you save like $100, so you can probably get those for like $500. I'm not too sure, but yeah, highly recommend these. Highly recommend these X Vive U3, guys. But yeah, guys, that's basically it. That's pretty much all you need for this wireless DJ setup. You can have your controller, your laptop, little portable battery station, and your battery powered speaker with this, you know, little baby, just to make things easier. So I want to show you how it is that I have this hooked up, just because this kind of speaker is a little little special. You know, I, for whatever reason, have tried to use this speaker with the 1/4-inch inputs right there. As you can see, it has 2 1/4-inch inputs. However, for whatever reason, the 1/4-inch inputs for the Party Box 310 aren't great. Like, they really don't sound good at all. I don't know what it is, but honestly, yeah, JBL really bummed me out with these inputs, because they sound bad, guys. Like, I've used it with this transmitter where I put a 1/4-inch adapter onto here, and then I plug it into the speaker, and I've noticed that I'm able to get a lot more sound using these dials right here, these volume knobs, but it sounds really muddy and just not clear at all. Like, it's not even worth it, honestly. So the solution I found to that was the speaker. If you can see right here, actually has a aux in. So I use this aux in, which is the, you know, 3.5 millimeter cable, or the aux cable. You use that. Obviously, you need to get a special cable that, you know, goes from 3.5 to XLR female. And so what I found is when I use this aux in input, it does sound a lot cleaner. You're not able to get as loud with this input, but it sounds much cleaner. You know, the way I'm able, or the way you have to put the audio up when you use this aux in connection is with these right here, these little buttons. So you need to press that plus, you need to press it, you know, all the way, just keep tapping it, or you hold it, and then there's gonna be a ring right here in the front that's gonna be going round and round, and once that ring gets to the full circle, you're pretty much at max volume. Obviously there's the bass boost, which I always have to the max, just because I'm telling you, when you have the bass boost on this speaker, man, it may not be like, if you're used to subwoofers, it's not gonna be like a subwoofer. Obviously a subwoofer is always gonna be 1,000 times better than using just this single speaker. But, you know, for the size and portability of the speaker, the bass really does pack a punch, guys. That's why I like using this one. Alright guys, so now I'm going to show you an example of how everything sounds once you have, you know, everything connected as it should be. So here we go. I'm going to be using songs that are hopefully not copyrighted. It's gonna be some EDM dance tracks.
These are the songs I'm going to be using as an example, just to give you guys a little heads up. And yeah, let's get to it. So I'm going to turn up the volume over here, press play. We're going to come over to the speaker, turn the volume all the way up. Here's the volume.
Catching Flacco.
Yeah, I pretty much got the picture right there. I'm not sure if you're able to hear it, but I have it. The speaker is set to max right now, max volume. I only have it halfway on the master, and it's, at least in this garage, it is bumping. Like, it is bumping in here, guys. So yeah, that just goes to show you how loud the speaker can get. Honestly, they're not super loud. The specifications on the Party Box 310, they do claim that this is a 240 watt output max, so it's not a lot. I mean, at least compared to like a traditional PA speaker where usually like your minimum max wattage is 1,000, you know, 240 really isn't too much. And honestly, I have tested it before in a park, like a really wide open park. And yeah, I had 2 of these, not even just one. I had 2 of these, and yeah, I was struggling to get the sound out, you know, to throw out a lot of sound, just because, I mean, you know, you can only do so much with a battery-powered speaker. But I mean, honestly, if you're using this for like a small house party or a backyard party, this is more than enough, guys. You know, as you saw up there on my controller, I'm only halfway up on the master output, and I still had a lot more to go, man. I still had way more gain to add to it. But yeah, this is a pretty good speaker. Now I'm gonna show you more examples of me doing a little mix, just to show you guys that, you know, the X Vibes transmit everything, you know, seamlessly without any latency. You saw I was using the effects right there, or not effects, I was using the samplers. You're able to use your effects. You know, you're able to scratch. Watch, I'm gonna show you guys the scratching. It has absolutely no latency. Like, I'm not shitting you guys. Look at this. See, it's like no latency whatsoever, guys. And yeah, now let me show you guys a little example of me mixing, and hope you enjoy the show. We're only going to be using these 2 tracks because I do not want to get claimed for copyright. But yeah. All right, y'all. Well, there you have it. You know, I hope I explained things pretty well to you, and I hope I see some of you DJs, you know, really just experimenting and maybe trying out, you know, spots that no one has ever DJed at and see how that goes. I mean, obviously, try to adhere to the laws, you know, so try to not get in trouble by the popo. If they tell you to stop, just stop. But, you know, it'd be fun to just try to DJ literally anywhere. You know, I'm thinking of honestly taking this kind of setup to like the beach, some parks, maybe even like out on a hike, like just do random things like that. And yeah, I mean, it's gonna be a lot of fun. So there you go. I'm gonna show you guys one more time. You have your controller, laptop, battery pack, battery powered speaker. And I just want to emphasize that you do not need this equipment specifically. Like as I said in the beginning of the video, you can honestly use any battery powered controller and any battery powered speaker. You know, I know there's a couple out there on the market. So if you were to have those battery powered, you know, components like a battery powered controller and your speaker, you wouldn't even need the jackery, honestly. However, I would just highly recommend you have some sort of portable power station, because let's face it, your laptop dies or your controller runs out of battery and that's pretty much it. Like you don't have any more you know, you don't have any more power to supply it or charge it or anything. So from what I've known, I'm pretty sure the, you know, like the Denon Prime Go will last you probably like an entire set on just battery life. But I mean, I'd rather just have the jackery, just because it's, yeah, you can honestly use it for anything. It's super lightweight. I don't think it weighs any more than like 15 pounds. Like, it is extremely light. So I highly recommend you invest in one of those. And yeah, that's how you do it, everybody. Super simple, super clean. And I mean, hopefully I was able to inspire some of you guys, and I start seeing some crazy ass sets out there. You know, I'm really hoping I start seeing some of you crazy folk just out here in the middle of anywhere with this type of setup. But yeah, guys, it was an honor to bring this to you, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.